isn't one, but like,
No, you look super cinematic. I was saying this earlier, but like
Yeah, your jawline is looking crazy, man.
the colors are honestly great.
And like mixing that with the background that we have live on stream right now, you kind of look like an experimental Japanese jazz album.
Hmm.
Welcome.
oh yeah. Welcome. Thank you. Welcome to my show.
Uh,
In a way.
Whoa, that's a tier 1 gift sub from Leo with love to Solosod Live. That's crazy. Been a while. As there was a lot of public outcry because in a private Discord between me and my 3 co-hosts, I said that we were going to be done with this arc at the end of the year of our Lord Auto Dominate 2023. But I just personally thought that me and my my subs here on call, we all needed a bit more experience to like really embody these characters. So I started working in a butcher shop. I told and forced Henry to go to New Orleans, and I actually made I made Luna trans just so we could really kind of embody the energy that we want to bring into this show right here. We're kind of doing like a twin flame thing up in here. That's really
What way?
I bought fingerless gloves.
yeah, that's so true. Henry, do you not know about this?
I know about the twin flames thing. Who are the 2 flames? Is it you and all of us?
You're blue, by the way.
I know.
No, do you know that
It's
the
okay,
Twin
I can see
Flames, they had too many women in the cult to sustain their very heteronormative like kind of joining, so they told people that they were trans and forced them to transition.
Oh, okay. So
And
I didn't know about that.
That's what I like to do.
Right. And that's what we all like to do here on measlymeatloaf.com.
Everyone devalue the Twin Flame cult. No one buy their stocks. No one. If someone comes to you with a Zoom based cult, like, yeah, good luck.
Might as well. That's what I say.
What do we do around here? This is a tabletop role playing game. Internet whole flaying dame. I am potatoes. I am Max Measly Meatloaf Max Wilcox. Your squealing, freewheeling, hot squealing hostess with the most cess pool noodle jaw roodle. And welcome back to Ghosts Town, your Billie Eilish drama recap podcast. All the Billy heads are saying, she used to wear shorts. Joining me, as always, are my 3 vocal, probing, kind of investigative friends who will take any chance to just, quack up into conversation with me.
Sorry, I just thought it would be really funny if that just got absolutely no reaction. And I was right. We're all right, in a way.
It was funny to begin with.
It was.
What is Ghosts Town? We play Monster of the Week every week and broadcast it live to you. We're on week 4 of this podcast, going strong. We're at 8,000 listeners.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's up from last week, I think.
Down, significantly down.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, it'll do.
Yeah. We just got our silver ear button from, I want to say, Stitcher?
Premium?
Did Stitcher go under?
I think Stitcher did go under, but they were bought by Nexium.
I think we're doing month to month on Quibi.
Oh, no. My name is Quinn Bibby, owner of Quibi, and joining me, as always, are Henry him Hoffman, who's playing Stu Parker, the spell singer. Tell us a little bit about Stuart, Henry.
Yeah, so basically, Stuart
That was a good swallow. Can we get a louder one on mic, please?
I'm sure you can. We'll fix it in post. We'll bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Stu is a musician, sort of a curator of counterculture, if you will, in his own eyes.
Yeah.
He works at a music store, a record store of sorts, but I don't think records are really records are not huge right now. So I think they mostly sell
Records
CDs. And
is
they have
what
a
you
used
record.
record. Yeah.
So it's probably
Yes.
we will say that it is 2009 in Choke Point, British Columbia, a fictional town off the coast of Vancouver Island. Well, that's a funny way of describing BC. I can't imagine the indie vinyl scene is booming, but there's probably a lot of original pressings of like Doug and the Slugs shit up here.
Yeah, there's like some esoteric stuff, and the CDs are sort of to stay afloat and such. I think the owner is really against CDs, probably.
CD's nuts.
And he plays the flute.
The owner of this record store?
No, hey, no, Stu Parker. Stu Parker plays the flute, and he's magic about it in a sort of way.
For our people listening at home who can't see the video, Henry just got his dick out on camera. Passing it off to Luna, playing Valerie Thorne, kind of the Ryan Gosling of this group. Tell us a bit about Val.
Valerie, well, let's say she's like an Uber, but for people who like to break into houses.
So Uber, you can say it. We're not sponsored anymore. Yeah, Valerie Thorne, 25. Ready to thrive. My bars aren't what they once were, everybody. It's been a minute since I streamed all the Tim. What and how does Valerie feel about vinyl versus CDs?
I think she's definitely probably has a couple CDs. I don't think she has a record player.
Yeah, her
But
car
I
probably
think-
has a cassette player.
Yeah, definitely more on the CD side, and I think she's starting to sort of come around to MP3s.
Starting to come around to MP3s.
In the year 2009.
Great late adopter.
Yeah, not so much a hobby, but I'm really into MP3s recently.
That's actually really, really pertinent to me, Max, right now, like today. And I think you should know that.
That's why I say everything is because it's always pretty pertinent to my good friend Henry. And speaking of Henry, a guy whose camera is underneath Henry's by two on the stream, Reese, him, Stanley Cup, owner, and by which I mean not the hockey thing. I'm trying to date this as much as I can to a couple weeks. You guys seen the Stanley Cup discourse?
No. Oh, is it like? Wait, hold on. Let me recall it. I think I saw something about this. Starbucks is selling the Stanley Cup that you can drink out
Henry,
of.
tell us
and
about
people are
Zeke
pissed.
Arthurs. What's his whole thing?
Is that true?
Did I say Henry or Reese just now?
You did say Henry.
That's- no, that's
what I
awesome.
said just true.
Nah, barely close. Stanley
I'll take it.
the like cold beverage storage company made a cup with Starbucks, and people were
Okay.
reselling them for like $500,
And that's fine.
and it's pink. I just want to say for the record that my dad was on the big Stanley Cup thing before any of these quote unquote white quote unquote women. Hi, Reese.
Hello.
Why are you?
Played
Why,
Zeke Arthur.
yeah.
He's kind of like a good little boy, and he likes to take the train, and he likes to go to work, and he likes to investigate some spooky mystery tunnels.
And he likes to make it work.
And things are getting a little too scary right now.
I'm sorry, man. Do you want me to like pull it back? Are you doing okay? As always, and often before, we're gonna be doing into some horror comedy improv bullshit. Broad kind of content-y wording on this one. There might be some gore today, so people get your bags ready because you might be.
Reese leaves the call.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I've upset my good companion Reese, my boon and goon companion Reese, and you've left me in the dust. What? We jack
You like
off
to do
together
favors for
all
each
the
other
time.
and jack off.
We like
Yeah,
to
for hours.
fill our billies and our crystals at the same time. Wow, I wonder because this show is set in 2009. The JO crystal is like super like relevant. Like those guys are posting about that shit like as we speak.
I think I missed that whole part of our culture.
You don't know the JO crystal? Oh my god. like super long story short, there's this really famous like maybe not Reddit but some forum post about a guy being like, yeah, me and the bros just like to get together and like charge our JO crystals together, and one time we were all doing a circle jerk in the woods and like the energy was so insane wolves started showing up. And that's my fucking like wolves showed up around the fire of these like, and like there's like pictures and it's like all like middle-aged white men just jerking to charge their crystals together in the woods.
Oh, that's so good. And that was that's the inspiration for this show, in a way.
Dude, that's surf and turf, right? Like,
yeah.
When last we left our intrepid, whoa, speaking of Stanley Cups, Reese went to Walmart while I was talking and went to go get one. That's crazy. That's like literally the cup that, like, that's fine. I don't need to date this any longer.
And people are mad about this? That Reese has this cup?
People are mad about this because it's excessive consumerism, and this is being posted about by, like, Funko Pop people on Twitter. So, like, you make that make sense to me.
So hold on. So what is it? What the cup is like?
People will buy.
It's just an insulated mug, right?
But
like
people collect them because they're high quality. But the people will have like one for every day of the week.
It's like a champion type situation.
In that they're the best at cups.
Like the sweatshirt.
Oh yeah, cool. Sorry, dude, I'm a fucking cup champion.
Cup stacking's about.
I need to buy some of these freaking cups.
Yeah, we got to get it on the ground floor. We got
to mugs.
We got to start stacking these bills, pressing hot irons.
Stanley Cups were more like shoes.
In what way?
So I thought it was like a streetwear brand.
You thought the Stanley Cup was shoes?
No, I thought it was like, you know how people collect shoes and they just like sell them, like resell.
Oh,
that's a big part of it. Yeah, so you have one to rock and one to stock, so you'll get two of.
It's like every 10 minutes.
Yeah, I can't cut out enough. Like in doing the audio edit, like I try to like not have so much stuff that like references the video, but just like as a blanket thing, if you just hear or see me, Reese, or Luna kind of lose our shit briefly, and you don't know why, it's because Henry's webcam is a blue rectangle.
Yeah, and then every time I boot it up, it does the little time.
It does the current date and time. When last we left our intrepid hunters and punters, you had just fled from the office of one Guy Go, employee of the City of Choke Point government department of spooky and creepy. You had successfully collected a mysterious artifact that was used very recently to kill ghosts, perhaps by a ghost. Shit's crazy. It's Valerie Thorne, Stu Parker, Zeke Arthurs, Guy Go, and Andy, last name pending, currently on the Choke Point subway. A little out of breath and about 5,000 Canadian dollars richer.
Right, and so sorry, just to
hit me with
just
it.
for
Any questions that you guys need for clarification?
It's
been
like a month
so
or two.
fucking long.
We just broke out of Guy Go's office,
yeah,
because they were gonna get us.
The secret police were after you guys, seemingly because of your investigation of this strange ghost. Zeke broke open a safe with strange magic. The cash was payment from Andy earlier in the thing to get a fire lit underneath Zeke's bum.
So wait, but hold on. So Zeke had the cash already though. Like he was
in a big
his bag.
Yeah, in a big duffel bag. Yeah, he's been carrying it around all day.
We fled to a car where we then
you fled to there's a walking path from the Tobacco building, which is the city hall of the City of Choke Point, British Columbia. Postal code C8P 1Q6. You're in the subway now. As you know, it's like a pretty decent place of shelter. It's somewhere that the secret police don't usually fuck with.
We were also just when did the car? I'm just trying to remember if the multiple consecutive car accidents. Did that happen right before or right after we broke out of the
That's
office?
when you guys were driving away quickly, quote unquote, from this bicycling shooter who had just killed Helena Bjorf, ghostly contact friend of Guy Go's.
Right.
You then dumped her unliving remains and all her worldly possessions into a lake, and were soon after asked whatever happened to the chest that she haunted.
Right. And have we met? Like, have we regrouped as the party yet, or are we still like?
You had just met up in Geigo's office, having a little lunch meeting with him when the door was being kicked down.
Went into a sewer or something.
That was all earlier in the episode.
Okay,
yeah,
got you.
That was like 4 episodes ago. Again, we'll cut all this out in post. Am I recording right now? Oh, we have not synced the audio. Fuck.
Oh,
God.
Yeah,
God damn it.
I have been recording, but
I have been recording as well.
Honestly,
I mean, as long
it's
as
just occurred to me, like, why are we? Oh, because it's over Discord. Because we're not recording our own video. So there is a delay. That's interesting.
There is a
every
delay.
single time we do this, I try and think of a better way to do it live, and it's never
great. Yeah. Do we want to, when the clock strikes 7:49 clap, perhaps?
Would it not make sense to just sync our audio to our video as you are seeing it? Like, if we all just did like a slate on our own frame, then you would be able to sync it up, and then we would be at least talking at the right time relative to our
video. But then I have to download a small portion of the video section and do that alongside me syncing it in Audacity, which is an audio only service. Like, I'm only doing this for editing down just the audio, not the audio and the video.
Right.
And this is good. This is good radio right here. It's already 7:49. We've missed it by 10 seconds. So what? On 7:50 on the dot. How's that sound? Or do you have any more big ideas, kid?
Yeah. No, this is
as good a method as
fine.
We got. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
sort of bad in a more fundamental way than we have time to
break
right
down.
now.
As long as for us, by us. It's a clothing
well, you
brand.
also have our audio on the video, or.
We can't muse over this for more than 10 further seconds.
Right, okay, we'll get it. Oh, shit.
Now this is, again,
we got it.
Gripping. Okay, see, it's been fine for the reasons that I need it to do. It's worked perfectly okay.
Well, that's good.
We're going to cut to the 5 of you in the subway car, perhaps a little out of breath. You've just kind of sat down on the seat. Geigo just appeared through the floor of the subway after you guys ran from his office. And he just suggested...
Before we start, was there anything that Andy, needed from me for the 5,000 that I haven't done yet? Was there anything important that I need to remember, basically?
Not especially.
She wanted the chest, right?
She did want the chest at some point. Like, that was like a thing that she was interested in. Her and Guy. No, she wanted you to deliver the letter to the man on the bike, which then caused him to kind of melt into a pile of plant matter. So you've dealt with a lot of the stuff. This seemed to be just kind of like a bit of a retainer that she's giving you.
I don't think Zeke actually knows anything about the chest, right? Because
no, there for that. No, that was maybe mentioned in passing like a second ago. It wasn't even said anything. It was last session. Andy said this to Val and Stu when they were briefly with her.
And so I'm no longer unstable, but I am still somewhat injured. I'm still at 3 harm because I was just
you took a bodily massive amount of harm, which you kind of figured was a bit of your soul becoming physical reality. And you're left with a small chalky coin that is the residue of that interaction. So the 5 of you are on the subway. Geigo has just appeared through the floor, sat next to Andy across from the 3 of you. I think we might hit that in media res, unless there are any more questions, comments, feelings, vibes. Anyone want to play?
One last thing to mention, I think.
Hit me with it.
Stu took the ointment that Andy gave him.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. To kind of push tons of physical harm, kind of waylay the amount of pain that he would be in for that, if I remember correctly. I
think I had a 10-hour countdown.
Yeah, you've pushed back all the adverse effects of that and anything that happens to you in those 10 hours to that further point.
Right, which I think is why I'm not unstable right now.
You received magical healing. So Geigo sat kind of coquettishly in this subway chair facing the 3 of you. Well, guys, I don't think I feel like I've not been fully transparent with the 3 of you. Wink. And it's been a wacky day. Usually, I just want to say, usually things don't go quite this bad. Although I will reiterate that, Valerie, I am very happily surprised to find out that you are currently alive. So as we, my current goal is for us to get that there pistol that little pistola in Mr. Arthur's possession. We want to get this to my. I'm skewing very Quentin Tarantino this time. It was not my intention. Once we get this to my good friend the car, we can maybe figure out what we're dealing with. That's gonna my friend Jackson Gutman, the owner of Meat by the Pound. His friends call him the car. Don't ask why. While we're waiting on this subway and laying a little bit low, do any of you have any questions for me and my associate Andy here? I feel like you could have a bit more information about what's going on.
Didn't we like kill this guy, or are there more than one of them? Because like the guy on the bike seemed pretty like puddle style.
Yeah. So trying to find my accent once again. Zeke is my word to get into this voice. We also banished him from his physical form. Ad starts in 9 minutes and 58 seconds. They have these bodies that they grow, yeah, and from what I can figure, again, I was fed a bit of a what was that? Ghost skin haunt shit, yeah.
But they're growing. They're growing bodies.
We've seen this a couple times, yeah. Ghosts that are working for the city government, not the literal like city of Choke Point government, but like the government. There's a lot of redundancies in language around here. They've grown these physical forms that they can kind of walk around in, especially ones that don't have quite the clarity of nature and form as our good friend Guy. So he's been banished. So this ghost that we're dealing with is just kind of ethereal right now, more so ill intent than a physical guy. But once he gets physical guy, once he gets some sort of physical form back, he's probably going to be an issue realistically for the two of you that he was chasing, but also the guy that he probably thinks banished his soul from his physical body, who looked him dead in the eyes when he did it. That would be my good friend Zeke Arthurs.
Right. Well, that seems really unfortunate for Zeke. But I mean, this sounds like a little selfish, maybe. But do you think like
he probably remembers you? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The next station is Lang.
Is this our stop?
No, we're getting off at the market. Yeah, well, it's one more up the curve.
Do you think they would mind if I smoke here?
Who's they?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm kind of
taking stuff out of my pocket.
The train's sort of like my domain, and I certainly don't mind. Just crack a window open, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
sure.
Zeke sheepishly points to like a no smoking sign in the train.
Stu is already like halfway through rolling.
Stu, as you open the window, you see or as you're kind of rolling your joint of that cracked and fucked up wizard weed, you see out the window there is kind of like a bright flashing pattern, kind of like painted on the wall outside the window where we are currently sailing through at the speed of train. And Andy kind of laughs to herself. He's like, "Oh yeah, don't like look too hard at that. It's we've had some minor stroboscopic warnings for people. We really should take that down. It was supposed to be some sort of like optical illusion, like triptych type thing. So as the rate you move past it, you could see the SkyTrain, the subway map visible outside the window, but it just didn't work. The train, they made it going too fast, and so the image just really hurts to look at. So I'd be careful if I was you.
I think Stu's gonna like look up out of someone telling you not to look at something like while he's doing this. Does that do anything to me immediately, or is that just hurt my eyes a bit?
Are you roll me an act under pressure just to stare at this weird flashing pattern.
I think Stu's still like oops. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. So that's gonna be a 4.
Yeah, you have a really bad headache.
It just brings my headache back.
Guy sits down next to you, Valerie. It's like, now, Valerie, we're going to be meeting with a business associate of mine, and as you are, have we settled on a job title for you? Assistant, driver? Like I'm not really 100% on what are the bona fides that I want to hit you with, but I just want you to be all eyes and ears because this is probably going to be a pretty recurring thing. Do you feel okay? Do you have like any like pain in your bones or any shit? Like any like do you have a history of like heart attacks in your family?
No. I mean,
fucking weird, man.
I think my great-great-grandfather died of a heart attack, but like I don't.
All odds point to no then. Valerie, as we maybe alluded to earlier, and Zeke, you were maybe getting a little bit of this info as well. Andy here, she's an oracle. She can see the future. And we have been relying on a pretty reliable kind of bead of future information to keep us safe from some things. We were fed a pretty straightforward narrative about what was going to happen over the past, let's call it 18 hours. And pretty much no things have gone to that effect. Zeke, I see you looking a little sheepish over there. I want you to say that this, like, we don't blame you for this. It's just real fucking. We didn't think that Rutger Horse was gonna die. We did think Valerie was gonna die. Stu, you were supposed to only have one arm at this kind of stage of things. So we're just we're really kind of we're in the weeds here.
So it sounds like we're doing pretty great, actually. Do you have a lighter?
I do not. No.
I got one.
Oh,
thank you.
Wow. Solidarity in the workforce. See, you guys, I think, are flourishing to become a really fucking solid team with me as your fearless and phenomenal leader. So, as we seem to be reaching the end of our questions portion of this event, the next station is City Market Square. Doors will open on one side of the train. Stand clear of the blue square. Guy kind of stands himself up and dusts himself off, and a lot of dust comes off of him. Ghost, after all. It's like, so who's got the you got the little pistol, right, Zeke?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like holding it and just looking at it the whole
time. Very fucking, and it's as people may or may not remember, at the end of last session, you noticed that the pistol kind of like the point pulls a little bit towards ghosts. It really seems to want to stop them from being around. So yeah, I would if you could maybe stash that somewhere safe. We're taking this to my artifacts guy. If he doesn't know what this thing is, then I don't really know what to do. My main kind of goal right now is to find out how this thing kills ghosts and how we can have it not do that, because I am fucking I don't want to die again. It was really not fun the first time. Andy kind of stands up too, looks at the three. He's like, "Yeah, I don't do too well outside of the train of it all. Zeke, if you could, right now my kind of visibility of the city is lower than usual. I'm still trying to kind of re-key myself to how things are going right now. So anything you see and do, I can see. By the way, is that copacetic?"
Yeah.
Does that go for all of us, or is that just Zeke?
Oh, is your name Zeke, Stu? Well, I must have been confused when I spoke. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Zeke Parker. This is immature, and I'm sorry. It's been
a bit rude.
It was a lot rude, and it's been a day. Okay. The three of you don't die. Jackson's a great guy. Tell Taylor, may I say hi? Yeah. If you ever need a train to sleep on, I know a guy. And she steps back onto the subway, which the three of you have stepped off of, and peels away. You are at. If I pull up my little fucking thing here, you are at Market Street Station, where the Choke Point public market is. Think your Pike Place, your Granville Island public market, big place, lots of diverse businesses, really big old kind of warehousey building. and you are brought around the side, and you see a butcher shop. Pretty spacious inside. As licensed to deal in game, as everything is in game. You see all sorts of meats and things hanging in the window. Thank you. You also see a side kind of building next to it, which appears to be more of an antique store with a lot of things wrapped up in white sheets. And speaking of white sheets, Guy Go, standing next to you, looks a little bit perplexed.
Well, guys, things be maybe they're they're hunkering down for business. Do you guys mind if I just like wander on inside super quick and get a lay of things before we go inside? Because they're usually a bit more busy than this one. Thanks, Zeke. I really appreciate it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess so. Do you want a hit of this, Valerie?
Oh yes, please. I was gonna ask.
I didn't want to interrupt the ghosts and the other one.
That's all right. Just real quick, I would also appreciate a hit of your weed, buddy. But like,
oh sure, I just I keep forgetting that you can like touch things. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude, I be touching shit all the fucking time. Gotta be my top. You're looking a little. You're looking a little still there, Stu.
The wizard weed is so strong that Stu.
Geigo takes a wet hit of your joint and he passes it back to you, and it's just kind of spitty. And he kind of phases down through the floor. And what are you guys doing waiting in this? Oh, I've actually got a. Well, bam. You're kind of in the parking lot, and you see the big. It's not called the Second Street Public Market. It is not in Des Moines, Iowa. But what are the three of you doing in this parking lot while you wait for a guy checking things out inside? He just kind of sunk through the floor and disappeared.
I'm gonna offer a hit to Zeke as well.
No, I need to keep a clear head.
Yeah, okay.
And
Fair
then
enough.
he fumbles with like the bag of $5,000, the purple bag.
Zeke is always fumbling the bag.
And then he tries to stash the wooden pistol like in his like high of his vest, but there's nowhere for it to fit, so it's just kind of like really awkward. And then he just puts it in the bag.
Do you mind if I like take a look at that thing? I feel like you've just been getting to carry it the whole time. I think it would be probably helpful if we could all like see how it works and whatever.
I think we should just get it to the guy who knows what it is.
Show and tell with the ghost gun.
Yeah, like it hurts.
I mean, that thing
ghosts.
yeah. I mean, fair enough. I'm just curious.
I'm cautiously showing it to you.
Valerie, you hear a loud smashing sound from the side of this parking lot, and you hear a chuckle and a yell, and you hear from the opposite side of this parking lot, you hear, "What's up, virgin?" And you see the large, intimidating figure of Wall, a good friend of yours, and kind of you're kind of the Vin Diesel to your Paul Walker in this Fast and Furious life that you live. Probably 6'3", 4 feet wide, leaning against and smoking a one of them thin long cigarettes against the back of a very large Dodge Ram pickup truck.
Yeah, shit. What's that guy's deal?
Ignore him.
Valerie, what's up? Where's my hug? And he's doing a soft little jog up to you guys. It's like,
it seems like he's coming over.
You on the job? These guys, these two men of the street that you're chauffeuring around. What the fuck's going on? I'm Wall.
Hey, man.
Yeah, what's up? Can I hit that?
Sure. You might as well just kill that. This
is mid, man. Valerie,
try not to be.
Are you working? You working right now? You on the clock? What's going on? Talk to me.
Yeah, on the clock right now.
What a fucking coincidence. Yeah, I'm kind of working today too. Yeah, pretty crazy. I've been asked to make sure that any suspicious looking people my boss knows about them, so I'm gonna write you fuckers up, unless of course someone slipped a couple John A. McDonald's my way.
I mean, I'm surprised you haven't written yourself in already.
I thought he was on the $10 bill.
Is he?
I don't fucking know.
I think it's still the queen at this point, right?
And Valerie, I don't think that anyone's ever looked less suspicious than me in my entire fucking life.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that.
Yeah. I got some fucking news for you, buddy. I'm working for an old friend of yours. Someone who would maybe not like to know that you are here, or would not like you. Valerie, I am working for a certain Hudson's Bay affiliate business person who you maybe did not know was in town, and I believe I am extorting you now, so as I don't let her know that you are in Choke Point, British Columbia, the place we both are right now.
Like the department store?
You are a smart one. Valerie, who the fuck is this clown, and why should I not break his teeth in yesterday?
What, me?
Valerie, talking about you, yes.
Okay.
Also, the smiley guy in the high-vis vest, I really like your wooden gun, you child. What the fuck is this, Steven? You say you're working, are you chauffeuring babies to the baby's store?
What?
Yeah,
Like,
probably $300 would stop me from telling my boss that you are here right now. My boss, Levette Hudson, who hates you, Valerie Thorne.
Should I,
yeah.
I'm gonna lean over and whisper to Valerie, hopefully so as he can't hear. Should we pull the Glock out?
I think Zeke is gonna pull 3 stacks of hundreds. Like, I don't know. What is the money in that?
The bills are mainly 20s and 5s, and then there's a lot of loonies and toonies wrangling around at the bottom of this bag.
I'll whip out a couple stacks of 5s.
Oh my god!
Zeke just takes them out and starts counting.
It's probably labeled if it's like bands of money, you know.
There's some bands, some are loose. It's whatever you need it to be, my guy. It's a lot of money.
I'm gonna get the $300.
Wow.
And I'm
clearly taking it out of a bag, like $10,000.
Wow.
Well, while you guys are,
just kind of hunkered over.
I imagine I'm standing behind them.
Yeah.
While they're whispering, being like whatever, I'm like grabbing $300, and then I walk up while they're still whispering, and I just throw the money at his into his arms. I'm like, just take it and fucking get out of here.
Wow. I do very much appreciate a man of action. He kind of very quickly scoops up this cash from the ground, holds out his hand for a handshake. No takers? No takers?
Fuck off, Wall.
I'm good, man.
I just spilled my drink all over my desk. This works perfectly fine for me. I'm going to go inside and use the restroom.
I imagine you just spilled coffee all over himself.
Yeah, pick up this money, spilled a big like one of those tiny little cardboard cups of coffee all down his front. Shit, fucking okay. Walks off, definitely way too high from the weed that Stu gave him.
Yeah, that was really sad to watch. Just on all counts.
Yeah, walks away whistling Brown Sugar by the Rolling Stones to himself really fucking poorly. Guy...
Zeke.
Oh, please.
Zeke, you would be great in a hostage negotiation, but you don't give him the money.
You usually just give cash to whoever
man.
asks for it. Or is it just that you're holding a huge bag of cash? And do you want one of us to carry it, maybe?
I felt like he was going to beat me up for it if he knew how much I actually had.
Well, what I always say, when you're holding a big bag of money, every problem looks like an ATM machine.
I, like, pull out the gun and point it at
Oh my fucking god!
You just like throw a handful of cash. Shit, take my money.
It throws like loonies at his face. Hey guys, Geigo here. I kind of saw that whole thing going down. That sucked. Every part of that sucked. I don't like that guy. Valerie, do you want me to haunt him?
You could do like a minor haunting. I don't care.
Just don't want to give him the time of day. I fucking respect that. Hashtag girl boss. I'm starting that one. Yeah?
Why do you have beef? First of all, what's a hashtag?
Oh, it's like a pound sign.
Oh, okay.
On the rotary style phone.
Yeah, because it's 2007. We all have rotary style.
It's 2009. You fucking stoner.
Well, Valerie, what do you? Well, maybe I shouldn't ask this, but like, why do you have beef with the Hudson's Bay? Did you like shoplift or something? That's pretty awesome.
I mean, yeah, but that's not why.
Well, I mean, to be perfectly frank with you, I have some beef with the Hudson's Bay Company, but it's like, it's for some of the other stuff that they did. I bought one of those blankets with the 4 stripes on it. And it was terrible quality.
Yeah.
No, it's all the murder. So Jackson's in there. Things are a little weird, but he owes me like 40 favors in 40 nights. So I think that we'll be able to get some sanctuary from this guy, and he might be able to have a vehicle that we could use to get around town to whatever kind of Scooby-Doo ass operations we're getting to next. Are we done with talking to strangers in the parking lot?
Yeah, I think we can move on.
Oh, that's so sick, dude.
Kind of sucked so far.
Shabam! You guys are brought through this door into a large and primarily empty warehouse. There's a lot of big freezer doors along the back wall. There's some like antique furniture and like big like cabinets that are all like wrapped up in bubble wrap. And you guys see a truly fucking gigantic man standing in the middle of this room, taking over things on a big clipboard and talking to one of the tallest and skinniest people that you've ever seen. And this big old guy with big old beefy arms turns around to you guys and says, "Oh, I'm not giving Jackson a voice yet." I'd be like, "You three are guys, new throwable individuals." Wink. Guy.
Excuse me?
I don't fucking know. I sound a lot like that last guy. My name is Jackson the Car Gutman, and welcome to Meat by the Pound, your speeding weedness and your primary host for spare ribs, strike ribs, and antique magical weaponry of the bladed and non-bladed varieties. It is genuinely an honor to meet the three of you. Welcome to my store. Any friend of guys is a friend of mine. Yada yada yada. What the fuck? Can I see this? Can I see the gun, please?
Yeah, I've got a non-bladed magical weapon.
It'll have to do.
Present it in 2 hands.
I always appreciate it when a young man comes into my store and presents. And Jackson snaps his fingers, and this very tall, kind of gangly person standing next to him kind of skitters up real quick and snatches it from your hands. Well, that there's something I ain't fucking seen before. Jackson, this shit's crazy. Taylor's gonna take this shit out back. He's gonna do some tinkering, and he'll be able to get us some information in a couple minutes. Are you okay with this magical device leaving your line of sight? Taylor is my most trusted little boy ever.
I look back at my companions nervously.
I guess.
And this skinny freak kind of skitters away across the floor and goes through a small little like trapdoor style door in the wall, and you hear like loud sounds of like it's very much like a dog door, yes, like a half height wooden door that like swings, but it swings open like a regular door. It's just, this guy seems to like to skitter. Jackson snaps his.
A barn door.
It's like an itty bitty barn door.
It's like 4 feet tall. Jackson snaps his hand again, and 3 young men, all in white butcher's outfits, bring out a folding table, some chairs, and some lemonade. You see through the window that there are a lot of people loading things into large vans outside. Valerie, you see both Wall, your erstwhile rival, and also one of the scariest women that you have ever met, Lovat Hudson, wheeler and dealer in strange and mysterious shippings and receivings, barking orders at people outside. It's lemonade / iced tea, I should say. It's we got this Arnold Palmer on the table. Jackson and Guy sit down in big wicker chairs and start sipping, and look at the 3 of you, kind of expectantly.
Nice to meet you.
I really fucking appreciate that. Yeah. As you can maybe see, business is not as usual around here, though you may not know what business usually is. Whatever's going on in the city right now has stirred up like more drama than I have maybe ever seen before. So I'm bunkering down, and I would suggest that anyone with 2 gonads and at least 1 frontal cortex does the same. But until we find out what specifically this gun does, you guys are perfectly acceptable to be guests in my presence. And I have some good boys of mine retrofitting one of our freezer vans to be usable by the 4 of you to find out where each you need to be going next. How's the day going? And a guy kind of shakes his head, like, not very good. We don't really we don't really know where this ghost is.
Zeke's really sipping on that Arnie Palmy.
Yeah, it's got little frozen raspberries in it.
Yeah, it's been a long day and all that.
Yeah.
I can imagine. I gotta say, usually when I meet someone that works for Guy, it's at their funeral, and they are a ghost now after they died.
Right. Not to put too fine a point on it.
Oh, never in my life.
So what do you sell weapons, or you just like looking at them?
I love doing both. I like collecting large bladed weaponry that was used to kill horrific magical creatures, so that they cannot be used to kill horrific magical creatures such as myself and the people that I shelter here at my my large market.
Right. That makes sense.
Oh, I also just think that big swords is fucking epic.
Yeah, I mean,
come on.
I can't argue with that.
I mean, yeah, seriously. However, a lot of my stock is going into storage right now, so if you're looking to buy anything, you might have to wait a couple months till I get stuff back in stock. Because it just feels like a bad idea to have a shit ton of magic items right now when the secret police are actively looking for this magic gun.
Yeah, that's true. We also only have, we only have Zeke's big bag of regular money. I don't really own it, much of anything. So
you don't own much of anything? I really appreciate that, man. That Zen fucking lifestyle, like forego fit worldly possessions, dog.
Right? Yeah. It's super like intentional and stuff.
I could dig it. I must go express some business outside and see to the moving of an incredibly cursed grand piano. If you are in need of anything, ask one of my assistants, and Taylor May will be out with you, I'm sure, shortly to share his findings. After that, you will be shown to one of my freezer trucks, which is yours to use while I have less of a need for my fleet of vehicles. It was truly lovely meeting the 3 of you. I beg your pardon, sir?
I was just going to ask, he wouldn't happen to be lying about anything, would he?
Nope, not a word.
No? Okay.
And he steps outside and appears to be talking with these people out there. How are the 3 of you kind of taking this, like, one little bit of downtime that you've had for a little while?
I'm... wait, what do I have in 2009 for a phone and, like, internet options?
Internet, like none here.
Wait, how well do I know this part of the city? I guess.
Pretty well. This is you go past this. You go this way pretty often to get home, I'd say, and like this public market, like it's a pretty big like city center for like.
Okay.
Commerce.
Is there a bank?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I feel like Zeke would be the type of person to like pay for the internet like application on his like flip phone that's like incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got like the Verizon like apps. You can watch all the cool clips of Lost that they post on there.
You can like Google one thing a month and it's like
$86. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
back
playing
in
with
back
some
in back in the day, $10 was 86 modern day dollars.
You are going to go to the bank to deposit all of this money.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a fun scene. We'll do that really quick while we and then I'm gonna come back to the rest of you guys. What? You're always saying that to me. I'm gonna say it's gonna take you a while.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can't use the ATM. Okay, so Zeke's gonna be out of this thing for like a little bit. That's really funny. Okay.
10 to 20 minutes. It'll probably take.
Yeah.
So
10 to 20
like you're
minutes.
just leaving. I feel like we could do this after, but I mean that's fine. That's whatever.
I mean, it's a lot of
I've
money
already-
for the
I've
kid to be
already
carrying
drank
around
one.
with him.
I've already drank one glass of Arnie Palmy, and like the guy's not back yet. So
You
Right.
still hear like
Fancy.
loud kind of tinkering sounds coming from this door that this guy went through. Bang. There's like sparks flying under the door. Valerie, there's been no movement from the people outside, seeming to be you don't see.
can I give?
Hmm?
Can I give them both my phone number or like email? Let me know if anything happens.
call me.
Phone number and email.
Lavat hasn't like looked inside, or Jackson doesn't seem to be really wanting to kind of connect these two pieces of business that he has going on. However, there are large kind of garage doors that do open and close occasionally, and there are people that you see that don't appear to be working for Jackson that are coming in and out a fair bit. And some of them do seem to be shooting you guys looks every now and then.
Right.
They seem to be like keeping an eye on who these people are.
The other Jackson's other like associates are still like sitting at the table with us. Is that correct, or did they all?
No, they dropped their stuff and they went off to do their work. There's some
Okay.
carrying around like big frozen like carcasses in the background. Some of them are carrying out swords to this van outside.
I'd love to start just like wander around the space a little bit and just look around and see if there's anything to see.
Roll me, and I need to have all my stuff up. Let's call that a
Sharp, maybe.
yeah. I guess read a bad situation because there's one of those for like what's something I haven't noticed yet.
Right.
And while this is happening, what's
wow, yeah, that's a 12.
Cool. So think of the 3 questions you want to 3 or 2. I can't remember which one it is. And Val, what are you doing?
Hold 3.
I think I just kind of want to like find a window and just kind of like stare out of it.
Just kind of people watch a little bit, or just kind of like
Yeah, a bit of people watching.
yeah, you got it. What are you asking me, Stuart?
I'm gonna say, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Okay. There are 2 of these people that are moving things in and outside. They're wearing almost exactly the same set of clothing, and they seem to be kind of keeping apart from both the people working outside and the people working inside. They're both wearing black toques and like kind of black, maybe like Carharty like workwear stuff. And they just seem to be moving stuff inside, outside, outside, inside. But every time you look over at them, they do kind of feel like they've been looking at you, Stu, or Valerie that are in here.
Okay.
And they also seem to, they seem to go into one of the freezers more than like anywhere else. There's a couple big freezer doors on the side of this warehouse. What else? I will say at this point, Zeke has come back with his now. Did you deposit like all of your money?
I kept like 500 in like whatever bills were there because you said a ton of it was in toonies.
A lot of it was in toonies and loonies. Yeah.
I deposited all the toonies and loonies. What was left?
Okay. Can you roll me a quick act under pressure just to see if any suspicion was aroused by this? You maybe won't be aware if suspicion was aroused by this, but still.
Okay. would it be possible to use my sharp if I'm like, because I'm like always suspicious as the flake, like thinking about covering my tracks?
No.
Okay, 3.
Because it's still just, it's not even covering your tracks. It's just seeing if someone was like, hey, that's a weird thing to carry a shit ton of money into this thing. But like, you rolled a 3.
It's weird to carry a bunch of money into a bank.
Have you ever seen someone with a duffel bag full of cash?
Yeah, I work in a vending machine business.
Now that is fair. Now that is fair. Anyways, who knows if something's going to come of that? Certainly not me. What are your 2 other questions? Do you get 2 or 3? Or 3?
I get 3.
Oh, cool. Yeah. What are your 2? Or I guess you can like continue to hold until later. But like, if you have anything you want to ask right now.
Yeah, I guess I can. Right now, I'll just ask, what's my best way out?
There are some big garage doors that you've not seen them be closed once. There are also a lot of windows at like ground level that are open right now. They seem to be trying to air this place out. So you have a lot of means of egress. But there's one garage door that seems to be for like loading some of Jackson's stuff. None of the other people that are working seem to have gone near it very much. And when Jackson said that there was a freezer van that you guys could use, he did kind of point vaguely in that direction. I don't know if you know how to jumpstart a car or whatever, but like that's a direction where there are not a lot of people and there is potentially a vehicle that you could use if you're in a pinch.
Okay. I think that's
all you're going to do for now.
Yeah.
Cool. You can hold on to that other one until the end of the session, I think is the ruling. As you are sitting there, Guy seems to have kind of drifted off. You, Valerie, can see him outside. He's very insubstantial. If you weren't looking for him, you maybe wouldn't see him, but he seems to be talking to Jackson outside without other people maybe not wanting to be seen by other people. The 3 of you are sitting down at this table, and you see this gangly figure that Jackson, I think, introduced as Taylor. Kind of scuttle back to you guys. Got big old kind of Coke bottle glasses, and he puts this pistol down on the table in front of you and says, "Well, fellers, this is a strange thing you got here. Now, can I ask, do you have any information about like country of origin or like anything, or is this kind of a smash and grab situation? You didn't happen to get a bill of sale for this bad boy?"
It was sort of. The owner was relatively plant-like. Because he was like a bundle of thorns, right? Isn't that what happened?
Yeah, but Andy was saying that
was it Redmond Moneymaker?
His name was Redmond Moneymaker, is what Helena said was probably the ghost that would have like reason to be killing other ghosts. And Andy was saying that these plant-like bodies are like grown for ghosts to inhabit.
Oh, okay, right.
Well, that doesn't narrow things down too much. There are certain plant-like artifacts such as this. These are not made, they are grown. Like you would have a tree that would bear firearms such as this as fruit by my basest estimation. The destruction of an item like this would take some form of infernal flame or anything that, can destroy pretty solidly life-based magic. Now, it seems to be, in a roundabout sort of way, it turns incorporeal things alive once more. From the brief heads up that I was given by Mr. Go, this was used to turn a ghost into a human corpse.
Yeah. I guess
that sounds right.
Pretty accurate.
And
it seemed to sort of like physicalize the body and then kill it.
Yeah, it turns energy into matter within a matter of seconds, which, as I'm sure some of you may realize, this is not one of the more normal things that you find day-to-day life. Now, as for further information on that, I don't know who made it. I know how you might be able to destroy it. And I do know that it is probably not unique. And he shows you at the very bottom, there's some like little glyphs. He's like, this is as close to as I can guess it's some form of serial number. It could also be a signature of the person who made it. It's incredibly old. I don't think that this ghost that you're dealing with made this one. If they have another one, it's because they probably were looking for him and knew what they were looking for. I've asked some of my contacts, none of them have seen anything like this before, pretty much ever.
I can hold on to it for longer and maybe try to glean some more information, but you don't seem to be the type that want to stay here kind of indefinitely. At that time, Guy kind of rises from the floor next to you. He's like, yeah, crew, we just kind of want to be thinking about what our next move is. This person seems to be going after ghosts and ghosts of great, kind of portent. Their goals we still need to figure out. There are a couple hubs of ghostly life. Taylor May's kind of rubbing off on me. There's some hubs of ghostly life or unlife, as it were, that may be either targets or have more information than this. But if Taylor May doesn't have any further info from us, I think we might take this truck and kind of cut our losses and try to find a further point of egress. Tell me, Stu.
Would it be bad, just hypothetically, if like a human person got like shot with this gun?
Now, I surely can't imagine a person would enjoy that, but the thing about a ghost is that something that affects its soul can happen all in one sort of chain reaction. That's why you shoot a little bit of a ghost soul and it affects all of it. There's some pretty solid barriers between human form's life force and the physical world around it. Your soul isn't so much one thing as it exists in like every individual part of you. Yeah. So it would, are you saying this as a leading question because you want to try to shoot somebody or because you yourself were shot, my good friend?
Yeah, I got shot just like a little bit.
I can't imagine that this is going to kill you. It might have shaved a couple of years off your life. Just, to be reassuring. But I wouldn't suggest doing it again. But it's not going to get you in a.
Yeah, neither would I.
It might be carcinogenic, but
great. I just shouldn't have asked.
Only like on your soul, though.
Okay, so just a little risk of soul cancer.
Make sure you go to your regular your soul cancer screening.
Yeah, check your soul for lumps, everybody.
Would it be wrong to assume that the person who grew the plant bodies for the ghosts also grew the weapon or the gun?
Well, they would have to have been growing this I did some real base carbon dating, and this thing's about 30,000 years old.
Oh.
So this is what we call petrified wood in the wood and rock industry. This thing's been here for a minute, so it is possible. I don't want to be too much of a naysayer, but if you're dealing with someone who knew how to grow something like this, then I would leave the country.
Right. Okay.
Does that help?
Okay. I mean, it's not entirely reassuring, but
I'm gonna say if someone could make something like this, we'd know about it. They would probably have rolled up and wiped out the city at this point. I'm not too worried about the person who made this thing coming after it. There's probably some pagan Neolithic Bronze Age sorcerer of some like who was trying to kill off the undead. Now, how this got in the hands of a ghost working for the city government, that is beyond me.
Yeah, I think I guess you guys can also vote, but I think it'd be pretty chill if we just like left it with these guys because I don't think I want it.
Is there like anywhere safe we can put it? Can you guys keep it safe? Because what if it just gets stolen again?
We've got a pretty fucking good track record of keeping things on lock here. However, we are clearing out a lot of our stores of magical items. Now, we're doing business with a Miss Levite Hudson, and I'm told by my boss that she could keep items like this real fucking safe. So, I don't know, my accent's really slipping here. So, if you want, I can get my boss to load it in the back of that there truck, wrap it up in bubble wrap and all that.
Honestly, I think it could be a useful item for us. I think maybe we should hold on to it.
I feel like if it does get stolen, I'd rather not be there for it. That's all I'm saying. But I guess you can carry it if you want.
Taylor holds out his hand with this pistol in it to hand it off to you, Valerie.
Okay. Wow. Thank you.
You feel it jerk a little bit as it's kind of like in the air between your hands, and you feel the barrel tugging just a little bit towards Guy Go's whole kind of torso area.
Can we get like a holster for this or something?
Oh, I reckon so. I got holsters in the back, yeah. I got my holsters in the back. Reebok is attached. Listen, Fetty Wap. I'll go get that. And he goes, and he skitters off. And you see Jackson walk in, kind of slapping his gut, and is like, "Well, I think that I've got my boys are bringing that truck in right now, and you can use it as long as you like. I don't suspect I'm gonna need my whole fleet. Guy, is there anything else I can any services I can render? Are there any supplies that the four of you might need before you're kind of driving off into? Well, like what's y'all's goal after this?" Guy kind of looks at you guys, smiles like, I think I'm thinking what we're all thinking. He goes, 3, 2, ghost bust.
Go home.
Ghost busting. I think we gotta
Yeah.
we gotta find this guy. We gotta use his gun to fucking kill him, and then probably hide for like 2-3 months while the heat dies down from the city government. How does that sound, campers? All right.
Am I gonna get paid more?
You will probably get paid.
All right. Well, I guess I'm in. I guess.
Yeah.
You can absolutely back out now. I will say that I have no proof that this ghost and the city government don't know you guys' faces and names. So you may not be any safer in or out of my company.
Is this gonna be like my whole thing now, or can we do like a 40-hour work week type situation?
Do you want? We could do. We could keep you on retainer if that works better for you, like tax wise. Like we could probably figure this all out like at a later date. But
shit, yeah, I guess that's.
I probably.
Fine.
I don't think I have it in the books to have you salaried. I've already got salary Thorn over here. Am I right? Fuck you.
Nice.
Are you? I turned to Valerie. Are you salaried?
No, very much. No, she is not. I'm sorry to get your hopes up, girlfriend.
Mr. Go.
Yeah, what's up, kid?
Is there I don't know how to put this. If the secret police government people did happen to know my name and face due to physical interaction.
Yeah.
How bad would that be?
On a scale of like, who's been in the news recently? On a scale of like Ted Bundy knowing your home address / name / favorite color, that being one end of the scale, and the lower end being Mr. Rogers knowing your like home address, I would put it closer to the Ted Bundy side of things. Yeah. Do you have something to share with the class, Zeke?
I mean, there were a couple people who might have matched the description that were less than friendly in the woods, but also we had a lovely time in the train tracks, and they didn't hurt me. So it seems like a lot of people think they're
Can we elaborate on that?
Which people are you talking about?
Oh, there were these like 2 guys with a dog, but no, it wasn't right.
What, like joggers or like
like train maintenance workers or
like
picture the Men in Black but with a dog. That's kind of like the gist I got.
Well, that's I mean, anytime that you see 2 people and an animal together, it's really a bad bet. We should probably. Do we want to continue this conversation in the freezer van?
Yeah, I guess let's hit the road.
You guys are walking across this large warehouse space. You see Jackson has waved you guys off, and he's like walked outside. And there's this big garage door in front of you that has this kind of large van with a big kind of livery on the side that says "Meat by the pound," and then a big photorealistic photo of some ground beef. Just in like a pile. And then you hear ka-chunk, whoosh, and one of these big freezer doors opens next to you. And Stu, you see those two people that were staring at you earlier in the matching like toques and workwear, and they're carrying between them a strung up frozen carcass of a cow. And they just seem to be kind of like walking to get to the other side of this warehouse on a pretty direct path to intercept you guys.
I'm gonna use my other hold.
Yep.
At this point, and say, what's the biggest threat?
Stu, you smoked some wizard weed like at this point 45 minutes ago. Knowing Stu, maybe you re-upped recently. You feel you don't have. Do you have the inner eye ability, the third eye thing? Because I know that's a spell slinger move.
No. Oh wait. Yeah, actually, yes. Sorry, I do. I forgot about that. I have yes.
So we're gonna say
a bad situation. You can open up your third eye to a moment to take in extra information. Take +1 hold on the result of 7 or more. Plus, you can see invisible things.
Okay, we're gonna. Wow. So
you may still get 1 hold, but you're exposed to supernatural danger.
So we're gonna call that you actually have hold 4 on this one, and we're gonna use one of those from you, maybe inadvertently opening your third eye, and you feel this really prickly sensation, like something is watching you. And you kind of maybe like falter in your step a little bit as you feel this like really strong wave of magic energy kind of hit you, pierce your fucking chrome dome, and you look, and this frozen cow is staring right at you, and you feel this. You see the purple ominous Japanese characters floating around this cow, and there is like steam coming out of its nostrils, and you feel that its third eye is just as open as yours, Zeke, and it is staring right the fuck at you. And these two people carrying this cow are picking up their pace, kind of considerably, almost as if to ram you.
Right.
But you're getting some real bad magic juju from this cow.
Right. Okay.
Also, as soon as you open your third eye, there are a shit ton of ghosts in here.
Right. Okay.
Most of them are kind of just like walking around as if they were like going about their business at a market. I'm just gonna take this opportunity to say that one of them is standing still in the crowd and looking at the three of you.
Okay. Let me just read through my rules for a second.
You got it. Boyo. Geigo has throwing the truck keys up in his hand, catching them, throwing them up, catching them, throwing up, goes through his hand. Right? You see these two people walking, carrying this cow, but like, you know, you've seen other carcasses in this big kind of meat store warehouse.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna. I do have a ritual knife as one of my like one of my gear inventory things. So I'm gonna. We're saying that I don't have like a ton of time to like do anything right now, right?
I'm gonna say that they're like a minute. No, less than that. You guys are walking. They're walking pretty quick to like seemingly intersect you.
Right. Okay. I'm going to like snap the like catch on the sheath that I have my knife in.
Yeah.
And I'm going to like be ready to draw it, but I'm gonna keep like you know, I'm not super used to like being in actual situations of like magical danger. So I'm aware that like something's wrong, but I'm also like I'm not going to do anything drastic right now because I might just be getting like a bad vibe from this
cow
corpse.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just try and kind of move to the side to get out of their path, and have my knife kind of ready.
Okay. As they get within about a foot of you, these two people, they're both like pretty similar in build. They hunker down to the ground and kind of. I have such a clear image of this; it's very hard to describe it. They like flip this cow up and are now supporting it like on their shoulders on two bars, like palanquin style, and I'm gonna say Valerie and Stu, or Valerie and Zeke, you see this a little bit, and Stu, you see very clearly a glowing purple eye opens in this cow's forehead, and a ethereal, ghostly hand is reaching out of this eye, and reaches lightning fast to towards Valerie. I will allow Stu to do an act under pressure now with +1 because you set yourself up for this. And then we'll see how Zeke and Valerie respond to these people running in on you.
I feel like Zeke was on the lookout because he was just talking about the secret police people.
Yeah, no, yeah. So you're skeeked out.
Okay, so how far away am I at this point from this cow?
They're about 2 feet from you.
Okay, so I got a 10.
Oh my god.
On my roll. I'm going to just make a snap decision, and I'm going to try and stab this cow in its third magical eye with my ritual knife.
Okay. We'll call that act under pressure instead. So use your tough instead of your cool.
Wait, act under pressure or kick some ass?
Kick some ass instead of Sorry.
Okay. That's a 9 then.
Okay. Cool. What were you saying, Zeke?
I was just saying, wasn't it kick some ass?
Yeah, I'm saying it would be kick some ass, but I originally asked for ass under pressure, not knowing what he was going to be doing. You you sink your knife into the middle of this cow's fucking forehead, and you feel an icy cold like shock go down your arm as this kind of ghostly hand slithers around your knife and is gripped onto your forearm real fucking tight. Take 1 harm, please.
Okay. Which puts me back in unstable.
Oh yeah,
I guess.
You guys now see this. These two guys supporting this cow on their shoulders, and it is psychically holding Zeke by the arm, kind of hoisted up. Stu, same fucking name. Stu with his knife sunk into this cow's forehead. What are the two of you doing?
Okay, so we see all this, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Are they also reacting to for the first time to like Stu like just deciding to like attack this corpse? Like, is there like did they have any sort of idea of like?
They didn't know that it was sinister, but this cow does not look as dead as it looked a half a second ago.
Right. Okay.
They can see the strange ghostly attack that it's doing.
I'm probably very nervous and fumbling right now, but I'm gonna try to discreetly sort of like reach into my coat pocket, into the holster, pull out the wooden gun, and just try to like, I don't even know how to use it, but just like it were a gun, just like try to shoot the cow.
Give me a weird roll, please, to try and use this strange item.
That is a 4.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Yeah, this gun just gets so like heavy in your hand that suddenly your wrist drops, and it's then the kind of physical sensation of trying to pick up something light that you think is going to be really heavy. You reach into your fridge for like a thing of milk that's empty, and the gun swivels around, and a volley of this like large globule of water spins out of it and whizzes like right over Guy's shoulder, and fucking it skims his shoulder. He does not like immediately like turn like to a physical like form, and like die, but you hear him like yell out in absolute fucking agony. Zeke?
Can I wrestle the gun out of Valerie's hands?
Yeah.
Try and shoot the cow.
Give me an. It honestly, it probably wouldn't be that hard. Yeah. Give me a kick some.
She's probably in shock.
Yeah. Give me a kick some ass to shoot the cow because you're standing right next to her. You can just
some
like.
ass
Yeah.
or weird.
True. Yeah, it would be weird to
weird.
try and fire the gun. Yeah. It is possible you will get damaged here. Is all I'm saying.
Yep. That is a 5 + 4, 9, and is it weird?
It is weird.
+1 is a 10.
What do you get?
Complete success.
What do you get? Oh, +1 from. But yeah.
+1 from weird.
This another like kind of globule of water just goes and like rolls out of the barrel of this thing and hits this cow, and there is this sizzling like fried beef smell that fills the air around you as this arm that was sticking out around this knife gripped onto Stu's arm becomes a physical cold hand, and it is this cow like its knees buckle and the weight suddenly goes much more on these two guys' shoulders and they too fall to the ground. It is stunned. This cow looks so fucking angry.
Does this cow still have? Okay, so I'm still being gripped by the.
You're being gripped. It is now. I will say the fingers are like still on you. They feel less strong than when they were ghostly. You might be able to have an easier time ripping it off now.
And the cow is still alive?
Oh yeah.
If it's stunned, if it like dropped or is like anything in any way, shape, or form like dazed, I want Zeke to take advantage of the situation, instantly walk up and fire like another shot or two.
Okay, give me another weird check.
That is a 2 + 3, 5, 6 total.
Okay.
Can I spend a luck point, actually?
You can, if you wish.
I would like to spend a luck point.
Wow.
When you spend a point of luck, pick an aspect of the current situation. The keeper will tell you what other conspiracies that aspect connects to. And I'd like to know what the secret police connect to. Just in general, like the whole like two people and an animal, or like I don't know, that whole like.
Hey Zeke.
Oh.
Now that
Yeah.
you're getting closer to these people, you
it.
recognize both these people in Tukes immediately.
Oh really?
Uh-huh. Do you want to take a wild guess as to who they might be, sir?
Go for it.
Zeke, these people you could fucking swear are both of your parents looking right back at you. They are stunned under the weight of this cow, and when this second glob hits it in the head, all three of them scream bloody fucking murder, and this cow's head absolutely just implodes on itself. And you see this thick red-white chalky residue just oozing out of it. It's like water it's like someone cleaned a chalkboard inside this fucking cow's skull. Zeke, you are covered in this chalky stuff. And these two people fall down to the ground dead.
Damn.
He's just puking and crying and
Yep.
shit.
Am I-
Get in the van.
I'm like released from this at
Yeah,
this point.
the arm. I will say your knife is inside this thing's arm. It kind of corporealized around it when it got shot. You are. Its hand is like still kind of a little gribby, but it is gone. It is not like there are no muscles firing in it right now.
Am I able to pull the knife out? I'm gonna try and like put my foot on it and like
Give me act under pressure.
pull out it. That's a 7.
Oh my god. Okay. You are still, because you're still like gripped on the knife, which with the arm around it, which is then gripped onto you like that, and you just pull, and the arm comes free of this skull.
Okay.
So you still have this rigor mortis kind of arm around your, I'm gonna say probably your right arm,
Yeah.
Zeke. So your right arm is maybe a little bit. You're gonna need to extricate it from this cow flesh.
Okay, but wait, do I have the knife?
You have your knife in this arm.
Okay, as
Yeah.
long as I have the knife with me, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna try and like Like, I'm not gonna get too nitty gritty with it right now. But yeah, we're running to the van.
Zeke is on the ground in a pool of fluids.
Probably having like
a
panic attack,
right?
Or like something, because he thinks he just killed his parents, who he's been looking for his entire life.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I'm gonna but Valerie's saying to get in the car and running towards the van. Right?
Guy is like slowly pulling himself to his feet, holding onto his shoulder. He shoots you a pretty dirty look, Val, as he starts running to this van as well. He does not try to pick up and get Zeke.
Okay, I'm gonna try and pick Zeke up. Just run over to him, grab him, not like pick him up, but like, you know, like we gotta go.
I think there's probably like there's like just like ringing in Zeke's ears, and like everything is like just like way too much and way too overwhelming. But as soon as like he feels a hand on his back or something, like he remembers the situation, snaps back in.
I gotta move.
Like, I need to fucking move. Like he's crying and like he's not coherent, but he's actually like his legs are going, whether he wants to or not.
In the cabin of this truck, you see it's kind of like a long distance 18-wheeler. Like there is like a bit of like a cab behind the actual cabin with a bed in it. Guy gets into this bed and lays down and hands the keys off to you, Valerie, and he looks at you very expectantly to leave.
Yes. I start the van.
The van peels out of this parking lot. In your rearview mirrors, you see just kind of chaos happening outside of the market, and you see the last thing you see is the body of the cow and the two people just fade to like almost like salt dissolving into water, just kind of like dissipate into the air around them, like their edges were taken away.
Like they got Thanos snapped.
Like they got Thanos snapped, but way fucking cooler. Where does Valerie drive?
Oh gosh, I think really just like out of the town.
Yeah, just start driving. Just you drive north. You drive up towards some of the more. There's like richer houses up here, and like things get much more sparse. And you guys,
like a safe house, or do you just break in somewhere?
You are. Where is it? You are.
Zeke is in the back seat sobbing, cradling the gun.
There's a big kind of clover exchange out of town that you kind of pull over to the side of the road in to maybe kind of rejigger your spirits. Guy is sitting in this kind of little cot bed that, you know, for whoever's driving Jackson's trucks. And you see that there's some of that same kind of chalky, almost blood-like residue kind of soaked into this pillow that he's on. And he's like,
I gotta fucking say, guys, really not been a good start to the day for me.
Sorry about that, Guy.
Things are looking a little dire. I have a contact that I can call who might be able to give us some very actionable information. I just want to, again, full transparency, whatever the fuck. This is a real big money shaker guy, and I do not know if what he asks of me will be fully limited to things that I can deliver. He may ask for collateral for this information, but I really want to put a stop to whatever the fuck is happening as quickly as possible. Can we put that to a vote or some shit?
Sure, yeah. I'd be down to stop whatever shit is going on right now.
I just need to know who we need to fucking ice to stop whatever is happening right now, because I don't know what that was. I mean, those were members of the secret police, by the way.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
I should say, like, Stu is fairly badly hurt still. Like
Yeah.
he's back at Unstable, and also like is this cream, like I feel like it's probably going to be wearing off like somewhat soon. Right?
It's gonna be wearing off in maybe like an hour and a half.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so we got to get Stu some medical attention. Zeke, did you get hit back there? You went down pretty hard.
He's not like responding very well. Just like deep breaths and is like, my parents,
Your parents?
Your parents?
What?
Ooh, this is not ideal. Zeke, I don't know if this is going to be helpful or not. The members of the secret police, they're not human. Like, they never were human. Do you think you just killed your parents just there? This is a classic conundrum. I need you to understand just something super quick, like whatever those things are, and I've not been able to pin this down. They never were and never like have been people. So if they look like your parents, I don't fully.
How could they know what my parents look like?
I don't know, man.
For years.
But
they just look like two guys to me, if that helps. I mean, not that your parents can't be two guys who are warehouse workers together, but
yeah, that may have been a pretty last ditch attempt. They don't. I don't know why they looked like that. To be perfectly honest with you, sir, this is not. It's not Max saying this. This is Guy. That's really fucking bad, and I'm gonna say that this maybe merits some hazard pay, but they can't look like people. They can't look like corpses. They can't look like a file photo. They have to look like people that are very presently still alive, if that helps. So, yeah, this is probably not very helpful. I'm gonna say, Zeke, you maybe take 10. You maybe have a little nap back here. I think there's some Mountain Dew Code Red in the cooler.
Is it okay if I also take a little nap?
What the fuck, man? What do I pay you for?
I'm
kidding.
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. Yeah. I do have a safe house. I was hoping that we wouldn't need this. We can go there for a little bit, and then maybe I can maybe call my guy. Shit.
Yeah, I mean that sounds nice.
I might. Oh, Stu. Actually, we might be able to. We might be able to kill two birds with one stone. He would probably be very willing to actually heal you in particular, Stu. Now that I mention it. He's
okay,
This might. I don't know, man. Are you feeling lucky, dog? How personable are you feeling? Do you think you could make a guy like you like a lot?
You feeling lucky, dog?
Yeah.
I can try my best.
Shit. Okay, Valerie, and he gives you like GPS instructions.
All right. Well, buckle up, everyone. And for what it's worth, I think you're kind of likable, Stu.
Oh wow, character growth. This is crazy. You guys
could offer some weed. That always helps.
Yeah, is that like chill with that? Or?
Actually, Stu, I would really fucking like to smoke a joint right now, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. Do you want me to like roll it for you as well? Or
no, I know how to roll my own joint. It's fine.
Okay,
in fact,
great.
you know what? I can roll you one, Doug. You guys get to this pretty nice looking house outside of town. It's on the older side. It's pretty dilapidated. Guy kind of finishes smoking this little spliff that you rolled him up. He gave you some tobacco from his poke, and he just kind of walks through the front door and unlocks it for you guys. He's like, you don't need a key if you can walk through doors. This shit's awesome. Val, this guy, do you want to meet? His name's I don't know his first name. His name's Mr. Monsoon. He is incredibly powerful patron of the arts is kind of the term that we use for some people like this. He's a pretty fundamental force of nature around here. Stu, of being of the wizardly caliber, might sweeten the pot on this one for him wanting to help us. Valerie, you are very allowed to come meet this guy. Zeke, absolutely not in the state that you are in right now. Do I think this is a good idea? But Val, I'm just saying, I will not think any less of you for nodding this one out. We're going to talk about what happened back there, but we can talk about that when things are a bit less dire. How's that sound, Munchkin?
I'll stay in the car.
Oh, you guys can come into the house. We're just going to be in the backyard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Keep an eye on Zeke. Maybe I got some Campbell's soup around here. You guys can have that. Shit. I don't know, man.
I like Campbell's soup.
Nice.
Hey, buddy, I really hope that you are going to be capable of eating Campbell's soup when we're done with this little interaction here.
Okay. Well, that's it's okay. It's okay.
The two of you, Stu and Guy, walk out into the backyard of this, like, again, really, like, just lovely home. And you see there is a little one of those, like, things with the glass things floating in them to, like, measure barometric pressure or whatever, like, like the really old, like, weather predictor things. Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Like a thermometer.
Aren't they just called barometers?
But, like, there's, like, the ones that have, like, a bunch of different glass things. Like, it is literally a barometer, but, like, one of the, like, the artsy fartsy ones. And Guy kind of reaches to this thing and shakes it up, and then takes a little spade, digs up something in the backyard. He pulls out this little metal lunchbox. Inside of it is a little baggie of herbs, and, like, what appears to be like a little ring of some sort. He arranges them on the ground in front of him and burns these herbs and just kind of stands there, just clutching the shit out of his shoulder and just waiting. He's like, yeah, this usually this might take a second. It's he's not been in town for. And then Valerie and Zeke, you guys see the backyard get struck by lightning, and Stu and Guy disappear. Zeke, you're just chilling on the couch, I'm guessing. They got a GameCube.
I'll like talk to Val. I'll just be like, "Hey Valerie, do you mind if I keep hold of the weird wood pistol thing? I don't know. It seems like I can aim it a little bit better."
Yeah, I totally fucking winged guy back there.
Yeah.
Second day of work and I nearly killed my boss. You know, that's.
I mean, it can't be
It's
all
gotten
bad,
worse.
right? He seemed pretty charmed with your personality and your work so far, so I think you'll be fine.
You know what? He said I was gonna be dead by the end of the day anyway, so it's like.
Yeah.
Tit for tat, whatever. I don't know anymore.
He also said Stu would lose an arm, but we're doing pretty good, I think.
Yeah, keep the gun. I don't.
Awesome. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
And then I'd go back to the GameCube.
Play some Kirby's Air Ride.
No, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Wow.
I'm
play.
searching for it. If Guy doesn't,
Gotta play a single player game. Can't game with Valerie. She's a girl. Ew. Stu, the first thing that your kind of brain notices after a hot flash of white and the smell of ozone is the sound of rain kind of pit-pattering against the windows of something. What sense is Stu kind of chasing after first in this situation? What are you reaching after, my good wizardly friend?
Other than the sound, or can that be the first one?
The sound is the first one. But
okay.
What is Stu trying to focus on after that in his surroundings? Because they kind of come to you as they may.
Right. Let's go smell.
You smell Coca-Cola, cold, fresh, lovely, and what smells like maybe like a sandalwoody aftershave, something kind of herbaceous and natural.
What do I taste?
Blood in your mouth.
Feel.
blood in your mouth, white hot pain in the back of your head, the cold dead fingers of a cow gripped onto your forearm, the inviting meat of the inside of a cow's arm enveloping your right hand's fingers.
Can I see anything if I open my eyes?
You are in the back of a long, sturdy limousine, maybe circa 1984. No, like LED lights inside or shit like that, but there is a small mini fridge next to you with cold beverages, and you see that sitting next to you, unconscious, is Guy Go. And sitting across from you in this limousine, you see a pretty bulky figure kind of sitting in the shadows who is holding something kind of long and strangely shaped. You see this person reach up above them and flick on the light, and you see more specifically that outside the window of this limo is just darkness. It's kind of shifting a little bit, like sometimes a little darker, sometimes a little lighter, and you do see the pitter-patter of rain against the window. This person is tall, pretty broad. They are wearing maybe like a smoking jacket, like really like pretty nice fancy clothing, and a old kind of ratty looking ski mask on their head, hiding most of their features. In their hands, they are holding a long kind of guitar-like instrument with 3 strings, and they are looking at you curiously.
Is it just out of curiosity, is it like a real instrument that Stu would recognize, or is it?
It's somewhere between like I want to say a shamisen and a banjo. Like it's got kind of like a skinned and wood base to it, and like a long curved neck, but it's not something you have ever seen in person before. No.
Right. Okay.
And this person is kind of idly plucking at this in time with the pitter patter of the rain on the window.
I don't think I'm gonna try to like do anything right now aside from just like, I guess, keep on swimming back to consciousness.
Perspicacity and politeness are traits that I find many people of both your generation and the younger generations can sometimes be lacking. On the first, I've yet to see how you specifically engage with that, but for the latter, I appreciate you allowing me to say my part first. Stu, I have been keeping an eye on you for some time, and it is actually quite advantageous that Guy has brought you into my presence today. I was coming into town to mourn the loss of a very good friend of mine, who I believe you are also currently in mourning for, one Rutger Horse, who I met as a very young man, and I was enjoying seeing his development when he was quite rudely cast off of this immortal coil, if you will.
It's really sad to see him go.
It is indeed. Stu, you don't seem to be doing you seem to be doing a little worse for wears. Do I have your permission to heal you and your friend Guy, no strings attached?
Is that a pun?
That is very funny. But no, I will say openly and freely that this is a place of some significant wheeling, dealing, and power. But this act I do as a show of goodwill towards you and someone who has rendered his services to me on multiple occasions. Any help that I render upon you after this, however, will come with a price. And I will say that once again freely and with the full knowledge that you are able to leave this car at any time, and you will find yourself back at Guy Go's residence, healed and perhaps missing 30 seconds of your life. You will return very soon after you disappeared.
That all sounds fair enough. Very fair. Very generous.
I appreciate that.
I agree.
You can unmark all points of harm. As you feel kind of a cold wind and a bit of kind of moisture rush over you guys. Maybe the air conditioning just kind of went on. Guy stirs a little in his sleep, but he is not awoken yet. This figure looks across at you again. Is like, I
I find that Guy can be a little talky, and I can find that his mouth can get him into more problems than his hands and feet are often able to deliver him from. And I think it is unfair to youngsters such as yourself, Miss Thorne and Mr. Arthurs, to be saddled with his mistakes when I believe that you are perfectly capable of speaking for yourself. Stuart, there is an issue in Choke Point right now. There is an imbalance of power, and I would enjoy seeing that imbalance rectified. However, there are very few things that I can render without asking some kind of cost back. To put this into terms that I would believe that you would understand, I am a talent scout, or maybe a producer or a manager, if you will. You have no small talent, both with your flute and with your magical wheelings and dealings. Sorry, it's a term that I've been enjoying quite a lot recently. I've been away from society for a while, and this one's new for me. Also, take a walk on the wild side, delightful. So I can tell you who is killing the ghosts. I can tell you where they are, and I can tell you what they are going to be doing next, with the expectation that you, Stu, let's call it a one album record deal. You will render some creative works for me to my near specifications with some people of my choosing. And I do promise you that this will both gain you monetary reward, significant exposure in the field of sorcery and warlockery, and I'll say this: I don't think you're going to lose your arm doing it.
That would be nice.
Wouldn't it just?
Have I lost the arm that was attached to mine?
No, you still got that there. I could maybe extricate that knife from you. That one, I could just do it by hand, and it would be a little bloody, or I could do it by magical means, but that would perhaps up the cost to you slightly. All things, checks and balances.
Yeah, am I able to? I mean, it's still like in there, right? Like I would need a second knife to like.
You would probably need a second knife, yes.
All right, well,
and
then,
hospitals often ask questions when magical limbs are fused around your hand.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have. I don't have much in the way of payment, so I guess normal style would work. I mean, I have I just have some of that old fashioned wizard weed left, but I feel that.
Speaking of which, I don't mean to be rude. Do you mind if I smoke in here?
In your own limousine?
Well, you have sensitive humanoid lungs. I don't want to. Yeah.
Oh no! Please go ahead.
I very much appreciate that. He kind of cracks the sunroof open, and there's like a light smattering of rain coming down on him from above. And he takes out this kind of chunky, sort of radish-shaped thing with 3 prongs coming out of it, and 2 coming out the side. And he puts 2 of those prongs up his both his nostrils and 1 into his mouth. And he loads what kind of just looks like tobacco into the top of this thing, and he starts smoking that way, occasionally feeding air in through the bottom tube to shoot the air with the tobacco up his nose. And whenever he does that, there's kind of like a brassy whine to it, almost like a harmonica.
Wow. I've never seen a pipe like that before.
It's a bit of an ancient Mesopotamian thing that I picked up that they maybe... at this point, I'm not actually sure who influenced who, you know? It's kind of an ants bug life situation. So, yeah.
A bug's life was first, I think.
Really? And you see, you learn something every time you talk to young people, I swear. Stuart... you're a smart guy. You understand that making pacts with it being like big magical figures to be your kind of otherworldly patron, it sometimes breaks bad. If you cross me, I will murder you so unbelievably hard that like people are never going to forget about it. But like that seems like something that is kind of implicit in a situation like this. Yes.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I really don't. I don't mean it's. I'm not trying to be intimidatory. It's just I've not said that before. I
appreciate you being upfront about it.
It's been a really long fucking time, and the last time I tried to pull shit like this, it just didn't go good. And I think that this time around, I'd like to just be straightforward. To be perfectly honest with you, I am a literal trickster god of wrathful and destructive storms, but to those who know how to weather the weather, it goes quite nicely.
A word so nice, he got blued in half. Guy, if you want Guy here as like a witness to this, I could wake him up. I just don't want to talk to the man right now.
That's really understandable, actually.
Just again, further little pieces of good free information. I don't believe that. I don't personally believe that Andy and Guy have the three of your best interests at heart. But you know, what do I know? I've only been around the block a couple times.
Andy seems. I mean, of course, tell me if I'm overreaching the free trial period of sorts. But what exactly is Andy? Is she also like a god of some kind?
She's an oracle. They're more inhuman than your common wizard, but they have roots in the natural world. But they've all got ulterior motives, right? Like history was not written by the truth tellers. Most of the time they're it's written by the propagandists, and that's what any oracle can do for you. They can tell you a truth of a future.
Right. Well, I mean, so far her predictions have been kind of loose. I mean, she said I would lose an arm.
I
kind of gained one.
And that is funny. And I knew there was something I liked about you. I will say part of her having incorrect information, I am partially to blame for that. I'm one of the pot calling the kettle black. I'm one of the sources that certain oracles do call upon for future sight, and she maybe didn't realize that I was tipping the scales, but I am not the only culprit of this. A little bit. I just wanted to make sure that you, Stu, got kind of involved in this situation. If this kind of breaks negatively for Zeke and for Valerie, I do feel for them though, as they have no dog in this fight that you and I are perhaps going to be engaging in. The specifics of the work that I need from you can be levied at a different time. I can say now it is not the wiping out of all natural life on Earth or any of that type of bullshit. It's like, you know, I want to make something creative and disruptive, but not necessarily destructive.
Yeah,
ooh, well, fucking sorry. I have to write that down. That was really good.
Yeah, I'm all for that. That sounds pretty cool. I mean
power near infinite and all that shit.
Right. I mean, I don't I don't know exactly what I'm agreeing to, but
who does?
I mean, you know, if it's between you and just a
certain doom,
yeah, then I'll you seem like a pretty honest guy.
I try my fucking best, you know. We could do the blood thing. I don't know. I could do like a spit handshake. I could get some actual paperwork. It might take a bit. The printer's pretty slow though.
I'm good. I'll go for a good spit handshake.
Fuck yeah.
My right hand is a little, but.
In wizardly circles, you will now need to introduce yourself technically as a warlock, not a sorcerer. I'm not sure what terminology you were using beforehand, but now when you were drawing upon
flute player.
Okay, you're a flautist that has warlockological kind of ties. You may set off metal detectors more than you used to. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that's pertinent. Have the Matrix films come out yet?
Yeah,
all three of them. Okay, cool.
All three of them. I don't know about all three. I think at least the first one has definitely come out. Maybe the second one.
Sorry, 1 second. And he reaches out from across this thing. Space kind of compresses a little bit. He touches the middle of your forehead with his hand, and regardless of whether any of them are out or not, you now know the plots to all three Matrix films and the Animatrix, and also the ARG.
Right. Okay.
Sorry, I just oh fuck! I had a joke that I was gonna say that really depended on that. Call that a freebie on me. He spits in his hand and he reaches out, and you see that his spit is like an oil spill on a rainy day. It is radiant and resplendent.
I guess I go to shake it with my left hand.
That's funny. Yeah, and he kind of he gets you. You feel a zing of power kind of go between your hand and his, and you are fucking Pink Floyd album cover style, suddenly just standing in Guy's backyard. Guy asleep on the ground next to you, also seemingly a bit more healed up. You two inside see a bright flash of light outside as Stu appears, smoking a little bit, and smoking probably.
A little bit.
And you are holding on to your knife in your right hand, and the arm kind of falls away onto the ground next to you. And Stu, you know where Redmond Moneymaker is going next. And we will end our session there. Did we save anybody from certain death or worse? You saved yourselves from certain death.
Ourselves.
Yeah.
It seemed pretty certain that you guys were going to die to certain outside sources. Did you conclude the current mystery?
No.
Did we learn anything new or important about one of the hunters?
I did, probably.
I think everybody
My
did.
parents.
We learned some shit about Zeke, about Valerie, about Stewie.
We learned that Zeke has parents.
Well,
That are
I mean,
missing.
effectively, we learned that he doesn't have parents.
Right.
That are missing, and that looked like, or that these two members of the secret police looked like for a second. And you will be fed more of a tie there going forward. That's not going to be a hanging Chad. Don't worry, everybody. And did we learn anything new and important about the world? I would say, seems it.
I would say
Yeah.
the police thing with my parents and the dissolving and the animal thing.
And whoever this fucking guy is that Stu met. Oh, sorry, Stu, one more thing. You have a business card in your front pocket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The only name on it is M. Monsoon.
Did you know Matrix, the second and third Matrix movies came out in the same year?
I did know that, actually, yes.
Really? At what year?
2003.
Okay, so they were all out.
So they were all out. So this guy, you,
Except for the last one, the fourth one.
well, sorry, yeah, you do know the plot of the fourth Matrix film, which came out in 2021.
Information which won't be, well, I was going to say won't be relevant for another couple of years, but probably won't ever be relevant.
Nope. Yeah.
I don't think anybody in 2021 or onwards knows the plot of the fourth Matrix.
I know that he goes, vroom, 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 and makes a big shockwave blast with his fists.
I want to say the image of like him like reaching out to touch Stu on the forehead and like compressing like space a little, like that, just like that was like very, very clear in my mind what that looked like.
I love this shit. Thank you everybody for listening. I promise I will get the cut down podcast version of this out like
How much XP did we
pretty
get?
soon. 2 each, sorry.
I forgot to level up last time.
Oh my goodness. Valerie.
Yeah, last time I leveled up, I took the third eye, I think.
I remember that being true, and it
Yeah,
did
I was
come
trying to
up.
remember what I took for my level up, and then I realized that I did. I have that one. So
We're gonna cut the feed there. Thank you, Leah with love, friend of the stream, measly skull haver, Valerie Thorne #1 fan, for the gift and that gift sub. Thank you, the three of you, very very much.
thank you, Ranker's Dome. A little hard to read.
Wraither's Ohm. Big shouts out to the Magnus Archives. This show wouldn't exist without it, and the new series started today, and it's really fucking good. Big shouts out to Brandon Sanderson, who made a rhythm-based Storm guy after I did it, by the way.
Right. Wait, yeah, I was gonna ask how much of, have you read all of Stormlight now?
I've read all of Stormlight now. I want to say that
yeah.
the guy that Henry just met was written for the same RPG that Mike Fungetti was written for, which is not Surf and Turf.
Right.
Yeah, both of those characters predate me having a Twitch stream.
Was it the one with
It was the Vancouver one.
Sal?
Yeah, with Sal Divinenzio.
Sal Divinenzio.
Oh my gosh!
My
Wow,
Italian
that's a callback.
Yeah, M. Monsoon was written for M3'd in the chat's character, whose name was, I think, Skullfuck Rogers.
Something like that.
Yeah. Really, yeah. So everything gets recycled around here.
That's great.
Thank you for the 10 bits, M3'd. We have kept it rolling like the car. This is theft, I will sue. And also, I do think that Can we ask? Do we think that Valerie have a shoplifting Tumblr account where she posts all of her devious licks? Like Valerie seems like the type of person to post like, I took this water fountain from a public school on Reddit, like with it in her backyard.
Yeah, no, her part when I was like the weirdest stuff.
A lot of street signs.
Yes.
Yeah, real. Goodbye, everybody. See you soon for another Family Man stream, maybe tomorrow. If not that, then the rather SMP stream coming soon with Mars footage. Bye-bye.